Twisting on a physical level will help you twist and open your mind, you could say. Ardha Matsyendrasana, which many people can actually do, and other styles of yoga do this posture quite quickly, but in the traditional Ashtanga practice, it's in the second series. The easy way to get into the posture is you bend the knees, right? And you just bend both of them and you come into this position, not down like that, but here. Now let's talk about the alignment of the body, because you could easily just put your feet off to the side, but how we do this, how we bend the knees, we actually want the inside of the cross, so there's going to be the outside of this knee the inside of this knee and the outside of this aligned with your sternum and aligned with your pubic bone. So everything's oriented forward. You don't want to be too off to one side or too off to the other side. You want to create a solid foundation. What this will actually do for your hips is this will internally rotate this right hip joint that's on top and externally rotate the left hip joint that's on the bottom. Having the hips moving in both different directions is a quite advanced foundational posture. So this by itself could be challenging. If you feel it too challenging, it's too uncomfortable for your knees, you're not ready to try, go for a simpler twist like Marichyasana C in the primary series of Ashtanga Yoga. You want to be right at the top of the sitting bones, and you want to pick the pelvic floor inside of the body and really strong engagement of the pelvic floor. From your navel down to your pubic bone, you want to suck back. You inhale and pick the low belly in and over to the side, so you move everything into that right hip joint. Now, just like any twist, you don't want to push and force your way into it. You want to breathe and relax and soften. This is one of the whole messages of the yoga practice. You never want to fight with your body in the posture. So you could just be hanging out, right? So you inhale, suck the belly in and twist along the central axis with the core strength of the body. You pick your body forward, you reach the shoulder forward. Then you internally rotate the left shoulder to keep it forward and down. That's going to accentuate the twist. If you want to get deeper, you can increase that internal rotation of the right hip joint. Now, what are you going to do with this hand? You're not going to try to bind, you're not going to weave it through, you're just going to try to hold on to the thigh. Not this way, because it's a twist. You inhale and you lift the right shoulder and the right elbow up, and then you exhale and you twist along the central axis of the body, reaching around and holding. As soon as you can hold on to your thigh, you press downward to keep that right shoulder blade rolling down the back, and remember that left shoulder is rolling forward, right shoulder is rolling back, and the left foot is pointed. So you really want to point your left foot, which is over here, okay? So that's a really important thing. Some people flex their foot, but we really want to point. So that requires a slight activation of your left toes. Never lose your foundation, so you're picking up and forward, all right? When it's time to come out, pull everything into the center and inhale, return your body to that neutral position. Traditionally, we jump back and jump through, but I'll just show you the other side, okay? So you want to, if you can't do both legs at the same time, you can bend that right knee first and really get yourself aligned, check your alignment, and then bend the left knee, the left foot over. Then check your alignment, right? The knees, the inside edges of that cross aligned with your sternum and your pubic bone, okay? You don't want it to be too narrow, you don't want it to be too long, we want that cross to be nice and in place. If you're feeling pressure in your knees or this is uncomfortable, proceed to an easier twist and come out, all right? Then you're taking the left hand back behind from your lower belly, and it's very important to initiate the twist as low as possible. Your sitting bones, your foundation, pressing into the ground. Inhale, suck in the belly, and exhale, twist along the central axis of the body. Don't fight with yourself in the posture, just pull into the center. Then reach the arm, reach from deep inside, bend into the left hip joint, internally rotate your right shoulder, and you really want to pull the shoulder down and around. Then if you want to get a little bit deeper, you can take your hand onto your thigh, push around. Then when it's time to get into completion of the posture, inhale, lift the left elbow to create space in the shoulder joint, and exhale, reach around, twisting along the central axis of the body, okay? Once you can hold on to your thigh, you want to press down, and you're pointing the right foot, which helps keep a nice, solid, firm foundation. And if your shoulder starts to spin off, roll it forward and down, and then the left shoulder blade down the back. After a couple breaths, 5 breaths usually, inhale and come all the way back. Now, some of you who have tight shoulders will find that grabbing that second hand is the hardest. Like, you can easily do this, but then you get stuck right here. So what you really want to do if that happens is really create length to get all the way around. You want to elongate into the posture. Now, you want to think about a couple of things. First, of course, you're stretching your muscles, but more importantly, you're twisting into your center. You're not twisting outward, but you're twisting into the core of the body. So you're feeling everything really integrated on a very deep level. And the third thing is you're stretching all of the neuromuscular systems of the body, including the connective tissue. So we're looking not just at expanding the muscles, but stretching the fascia, which is connective tissue in the body as well. If you can get into that subtle awareness, then that twist into your center along the muscles and all of the connective tissue and the energetic pathways of your body will open. Keep practicing and it will come.